Hey, sports fans, PBnZ Sports Chaos. We're coming back at you once again. We're on the eve of the NBA kicking off, NHL kicking off, and as you heard in our preview show, MLB already started. What a weekend we had out there in sports, folks. And by the way, PB and I get a mulligan on MLB because they revised the playoff rules at the last minute. Instead of only having 10 teams, there's now 16 teams in the playoffs. So we're going to pick our division winners and our second place teams and our wild card tonight. And then NBA, because it's too hard to predict, we're just going to tell you who we think will make the playoffs because they got a wacky, crazy formula. And I'll tell you about that momentarily. But first, a little 2-minute drill for you fans out there. Mike Tyson is coming back. I can't believe he's 54 years old. He's like my age. He's going to box again against Roy Jones. Roy Jones is only 51. That's your age, PB, right? Roy Jones used to be a middleweight. Now he's going to be a heavyweight fighting against Mike Tyson. He did fight. By the way, little DYK. Did you know? I forgot about this. Roy Jones did fight as a heavyweight one day. He beat a guy from Chelsea, Mass. Do you remember who that was?
No, it's not coming to me.
Jordy Ruiz. I forgot all about that. That was back like 2003. Hey, PB, the Washington football team is now going to have a new name. As we talked about it, the other name's gone. It's called the Washington football team. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
For 1 year anyways, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Speaking of football, Jamal Adams, he finally got his wish. He begged, cried, did a hissy fit, and he's out of New York. He's going to Seattle for 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick and a player who played a lot for Seattle last year. Did the Jets get a good deal out of this, PB? 2 first-round picks?
It's hard to say right now, right? Because it depends who they are and how they play. But, it sounds good on the surface.
Hey, by the way, KC, I know we got a fan out there from KC who loves his Chiefs. Starting center, Tavani Tarif, I can't even pronounce it, but he's out. He's taken off the year. He said, COVID-19, I've had enough of this stuff. Good for him. You know why? He's a med school grad. He's practicing his religion, so to speak. Right now, he works in a long-term care facility, and he's seen enough of it. He's not playing. So we'll see what happens. NHL, big news. Oh, not about the playoffs starting on 8-1. The Seattle franchise. PB, you hear about this?
The Kraken.
The Kraken. The first thing I thought about was not the sea fish, whatever it's named after, was the rum. But it's named after the fish. Good for them. Good for them. Hey, baseball, opening night, opening days, they all went off pretty well, I thought, for the most part, right? It was exciting. We saw the first instance on the first night of the new extra innings rule with the A's and the Angels. They had to put a guy on second base. I know some of the players don't like it. I think it's creative. I happen to like it. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I like it too. Anything that speeds the game along at this point is a good thing.
All right. Hey, all right, now I'm mulligan because now apparently the players agency agrees with the owners. We need to have more playoff teams. I think it's good, even because it's a 60-game season. So we picked our playoff picks last week. We're going to do a little redo. We'll keep the same teams. We thought we have to add a second-place team in every division, right, PB?
Yep.
And 2 wild cards. So you start us off. AL East, who do you got?
AL East, I got the Yanks and the Rays as the top 2 teams in that division. All
right, I'm with you. AL Central, who do you got?
Central, like Twins winning it with Cleveland in second.
Ooh, I'm with you on that one. AL West.
I got the Astros winning and Oakland in second.
The Houston Pukes and the the A's, I'm sorry. Yes, I got that too. All right, NL East. This is where it gets interesting in the NL. What do you got?
Well, we're going to do our wild cards first? Let's do our –
We'll come back to it in a minute.
We'll come back to wild card? Okay, all right. East, I got the Mets and then the Braves.
Oh, I got you flip-flop. I got the Braves winning it, Mets second place. Who do you got in the Central?
Central, I got the Reds winning it with the Cubs coming in second.
Ooh, you and I had the Reds the other day. I still got the Reds. I got the Brewers in second. Okay.
All right. And then in the West, I got the Dodgers winning it with the D-backs coming in second.
So I have a little one that's interesting for you. I still got the Dodgers. I think they're hands down. They're going to win the whole thing. I got the Padres.
All right. I like that pick.
All right. Wild card in the ALS. What do you got for the two teams?
Go back to AL. I'm going to give the nod to the Chicago White Sox. They were kind of my sleeper team in the AL this year. They could have snuck in the playoffs, so I'm going to pick them as that extra wild card. And then I'm going to go with the hometown. I'm going to go with the Boston Red Sox as that second wild card. The two Sox.
I'm with you.
I'm
with you on the White Sox. I'm with you on the White Sox. I was about to pick our boys from the Red Sox until I saw the number 2 starter get shellacked yesterday, and I said, you know what? They have no shot after the first pitcher. I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays, who have no home. Well, maybe they're going to play in Buffalo, I guess. I got them coming in second place, the second wild card.
All right.
Who do you got in the NL wild card?
In the NL, I'm going to go with the Washington Nationals and the Milwaukee Brewers.
All right. I got the Cubbies. I know you picked them in second place. I got them sneaking in the wild card. And I know I talked about it in our previous show a lot about the Central. I was that close to picking the Nats. I mean the Cards, I'm sorry, but I'm picking the Nats. I got the Nats.
All right. Okay. So we pretty much have the same teams. The only team I think that's different is you have the Padres and I have the D-backs.
That's right. There you go.
Okay.
All right, let's get to this NBA thing because the NBA bubble, it's going to be exciting. It kicks off Friday for real. But hang on, let me just tell you about the rules regarding this thing. Not the rules regarding the bubble, but the rules how you get into the tournament, so to speak. 22 out of 30 teams get to go down there, PB. But it's not 11 and 11. It's the top 22 all league-wide. So for the East, it's only 9 teams. The West is 13 teams. They will have a regular 16-team playoff format. So when you think about that, 9 teams in the East, 13 in the West, 1 team in the East is going home, 4 teams in the West are going home. We'll talk about that momentarily. Here's how it gets determined. This is where it gets crazy. They take your regular season record and your playing record, the 8 games, they add it together. Now, what's interesting about that, not everybody is going to play the same amount of games. For instance, Dallas will play 75. The Lakers will play 71. They don't need any breaks. They're already going to get in. But Dallas is on the cusp. They're only in the 7th spot. So it's going to be very, very interesting what happens here. And think about this. In the East, right? Let's talk about the East. Here's what's interesting about that. In the East, you got, I believe it's number 8 is Orlando, right? Yeah, yep. Orlando's number 8, correct?
Yep.
They're 4 games ahead of Washington right now, I believe. Right. 5 games, that's right, 5 games. And Brooklyn is 6 games ahead. They're actually not even 6, they're a half game ahead. They got 1 less game played. So theoretically, Brooklyn's 7, Orlando's 8, Washington's 9. If Washington goes 7-1, Brooklyn goes 4-4, Orlando goes 3-5, Washington makes it. This is unbelievable.
Yeah. They got to get within striking distance of one of those 2 teams within that 4 games, so at least they can play a play-in.
Oh, yeah. Here's where it gets really interesting. In the West, right? Dallas is good. They're in the 7th position. They're 7.5 over Memphis, who's in the 8th spot. But Memphis, they get Portland, New Orleans, San Antonio, Sacramento. All are within 4 games right now today before the season restarts. So I have no idea. We're going to pick it right now. We'll talk about who's the top 8 in the East, who's the top 8 in the West, and in 2 weeks from now, before the playoffs start on 8/17, we'll pick our playoff teams. PB, I'll let you go first. Who do you have in the East?
In the East, I'll run it down, right, 1 through 8, where I think they'll end up as seeds. Bucks, Celtics.
Oh, really? Okay.
Celtics at 2, yep. Sixers.
Whoa, that's a big jump. Okay.
Yep. Raptors. Heat, Pacers.
Okay.
Then you got Brooklyn. And then I got Orlando. I don't think Washington's going to catch him. If they do, they won't get the play-in, and they'll be the one going home.
So, PB, I'm with you on that part. The top, you surprised me. Toronto's got a little bit of an edge on the Celtics right now. I think they hold on. You don't think they hold on? You think Celtics pass them?
Yeah, I think they're going to come out firing.
And then you got your local team, Miami, who's 4 right now, dropping down. They're 2 games ahead of Philly as it is. You think they're going to drop?
Yeah.
Whoa! Sports fans. PB going against his local team. Wow. All right. I'm with you on the whole the 18s, but I don't know about the pecking order. All right. Give me your West.
All right. In the West, Lakers, clearly top team. Clippers right there in second. Got the Rockets third. Nuggets fourth. I got the Mavs jumping up a little bit here. Fifth. Put the Jazz at sixth. OKC at 7. Memphis at 8. But they will not get the guaranteed 8 spot. They will be having to face a play-in. And I'm going to go with the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm just going to pull for Zion and hope the Pelicans can jump in there. I don't know if they can get ahead of Memphis, but I think they can certainly contend to play in that play-in.
I like that. I got to go back for a minute. So you have Houston moving up to where?
Third.
That's a big jump. They got to pass 3 teams to get there.
Yeah, I know. But
wow. So you believe in the beard and Russell Westbrook, who's coming off COVID apparently. Wow. All right. Here's what I like. I think LA, the Lakers, I think Denver passes the Clippers because they got 3 guys out of the bubble right now who are in their rotation, and they have to get tested when they eventually decide to come back to the bubble. Who knows when that happens? They're going to sit out for 10 days potentially. I got Clippers third, Utah fourth. I got Houston only in 5th. They do pass OKC, though. I got them passing Oklahoma. Dallas stays in 7th. And now with you, I want to see Zion in the 8th spot, and that means he plays number 1 in the playoffs at LeBron and the Lakers. The king versus the future king. Do we call him the prince? What do we call him? I don't know. That would be awesome, right?
that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Oh, man. All right.
Yep.
Any other nuggets you want to pass along? People, you're on fire tonight.
Oh no, I think we're good here. This is a nice little, getting the sports back on the radar and checking out NBA action. Baseball's in full swing, and then we got the hockey starting up. I mean, this is just a good time of the year, right? Normally, right now, you're just sitting around watching baseball and waiting for everything else to happen. So it's kind of fun.
And by the way, it would be meaningless baseball right now, right? I mean, it doesn't get really interesting until August typically.
Well, not to mention the fact that the Red Sox would probably be like 25 games under 500 by now.
Hey, by the way, were we right on the money about the Red Sox? We said they could score runs. They scored 13 runs in game 1 with the only starter that's legitimate, Nathan Eovaldi. Then they came out in game 2, started laid an egg. They only got 2 runs, and they got shellacked 7-2, right?
Yeah. It's going to be a rough road for them. Hopefully their offense can win them some games, but that's why I got them sneaking in. I mean, theoretically, there's 8 teams. How many teams are in the whole American League? 14?
15?
15. So, I mean, you don't even have to be in the top 50% to get in.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, by the way, DYK, those Toronto Blue Jays, they have 4 major leaguers, sons of major leaguers playing in the infield.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And they bat 1 to 4.
Yeah. What's his name from Texas there?
They got Shaw at first base. They got Deontay Bichetti,
Gonzalez,
Vlad Jr.'s kid, and then
Guerrero. That's who I meant. Vlad Guerrero. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So
and then Biggio.
Yeah, that's right. So,
yeah.
All right. Hey, sports fans. Next week we're going to talk a little NHL. PB, you ready to bring the NHL? You're a hockey guy.
I'm ready to bring it.
All right. We'll do that next week, sports fans. PBnZ signing off once again. Have a good weekend.